Good morning, students. I am Dr. M. Chithra Devi, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Application, JJ College of Arts and Science Autonomous, Pudukottai. Software Engineering. Introduction to Software Engineering. Introduction. Software engineering is the process of developing, testing, and deploying computer applications to solve real world problems by adhering to a set of engineering principles and best practices. Definition. There are a lot of definition for software engineering. Let us see some. Software engineering is the branch of computer science that deals with the design, development, testing, and maintenance of software applications. Software engineers apply engineering principles and knowledge of programming languages to build software solutions for end users. Software engineering is an engineering based approach to software development. A software engineer is a person who applies the engineering design process to design, develop, maintain, test, and evaluate computer software. Size factor. There are many factors for the software engineering. Here some are. Size estimation techniques used in software engineering. The software industry uses various sizing techniques to quantify the software size. They are lines of code, function points, future points, use case points, object points, internet points, etc. These sizing techniques are programming language dependent or programming methodology dependent. Size is the base factor to determine effort, duration, schedule, cost, and etc. that affect the development process. Quality and productivity factors, individual ability, team communication, product complexity. Now, the individual ability. Since software development is a labor intensive activity, the individual ability of each of the project team member is a factor affecting the software quality and the productivity of the developer. Now the team communication. Communication among the project team members is a must of any type of software project. But usually such communication tasks becomes more difficult as the number of developers is increased. Since the communication paths increases as the number of programmers is increased. Now the product complexity. Product complexity is viewed as three categories: software application, utility, and system level programs. Next, appropriate notations, system approaches, change control, level of technology. These are also factors for software engineering. First, appropriate notations. Appropriate notations clarifying relationships and interactions of interest provide vehicle of communication among project personnel and allows the usage of automated software which aids in manipulating and effectively utilizing the notations. Systematic approaches. As in any other technological discipline, proper systematic approaches are used for software development and maintenance in the work areas of software engineering. Usually, a combination of various systematic approaches is used. Change control. Change control refers to the whole set of procedures undertaken and their effects upon the software product quality and total estimated cost when any sort of change is to be reflected on the software product. Then, level of technology. Level of technology that affects the software quality and developer productivity or developer platform. machine or hardware environment, programming practices, and software development tools and frameworks. Next, planning a software project. Once a project is found to be possible, computer code project managers undertake project designing. Project designing is undertaken and completed even before any development activity starts. Project designing consists of subsequent essential activities. So, before doing the project, it is possible to complete an designing activity. Now, estimating the subsequent attributes of the project size. What's going to be downside quality in terms of the trouble and the time needed to develop the product. Cost. What proportion is it reaching to value to develop the project? Duration. However long is it reaching to want complete development? Effort. What proportion effort would be required? Now, defining a problems. What is defining a problem in software engineering? A problem definition is an explicit written statement of a problem. The gap between the current state and the desired state. Before we lay out the route to our destination, we have to know where we are going. What are the 6 stages of developing a solution using a program? The software development life cycle comprises requirement gathering, design, development, test, deployment, and maintenance. Planning and development process. Software development planning is a process that aims to improve software delivery predictability and includes requirements gathering, planning and designing the product, and often research and development into the areas that are unknowns or risk to the project. Different types of planning software: annual planning, continuous planning, project planning, portfolio planning. Now, the annual planning brings together strategic and operational plans outlining specific goals, objectives, activities, and roles for particular programs within a specific time frame. Planning and organizational structure. Organizational planning is the process of identifying an organization's immediate and long-term goals and objectives, and formulating and monitoring specific strategies to achieve them. It also entails staffing and resource allocation and is one of the most important responsibilities of a management team. The organizational structure of software engineering firms requires you to divide your team along product lines, graphical geographical lines or service lines, among others. Each of the divisions will then have their departmental segmentation as with the functional team structure. Typical software development team structure includes a business analyst, a product owner, a project manager, a product designer, a software architect, a software developer, software testing engineers, including test automation engineers, as well as develops engineers. Thank you, friends. That's all. Thank you, students.